Thank you, everybody, for coming. And the talk that I'm giving today is an augmentation of the talk I gave last year, which was very popular. The most popular thing about it was I gave away the slide deck, which has hundreds of clickable links to YouTubes. So it's a real deep dive, and it's a very intensive research project in the whole idea of virtual immortality and all the many things that are happening today, and people that have been working on this and have ideas about it. A lot of people come up with this idea thinking, you know, I'm brilliant, I just came up with this idea, but there's age-old history about it. And if you take a picture of this, this is the PDF. If you need a PPX, that's a PowerPoint, this is the barcode to that as well. So you should be able to obtain that file. It ought to be able to run locally in your player, and the links will all be clickable going out to YouTube's on the internet. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the slides or the stuff that you can obtain with the links. And feel free to contact me afterwards if you missed taking a picture of that. I'll go, all right. So virtual immortality in XR, AI and immersive avatars, advances, trends, and live demos. We don't have a lot of time to really get into the weeds on this this year, but I made some videos demonstrating some different platforms for immersion where people can embody themselves as performers, as avatars, in some cases photorealistic versions of themselves, 3D scans, volumetric capture. So I'm going to step through very quickly. These are all in the slides describing virtual immortality in a little bit more detail and what the benefits are. And then a brief history of how we've come from early cave paintings to where we are today with full 3D real-time simulation, 3D scanning, and real-time volumetric capture, which is all the rage as we move into the future for this technology. And here at the AWE XR conference, there are examples of different platforms where you can embody yourself and loved ones or other people or characters, or if you're a gamer, NPCs like the former panel, that are wonderful new technologies for humans to experience the future of mankind, in my belief. So there's a number of tools for acquisition, and this slide goes into that. Again, you can all have access to that afterwards. A little bit more embellishment from some of the slides of last year on virtual presence and examples, XR guides, virtual assistants, influencers, telepresence, virtual immortality, and avatar product tools and offerings. Describing a little bit more deeper about the differentiation between some of these tools. And then a few of the main product offerings from last year. A lot of these are still very active links, and if you click on them, it'll bring up a YouTube to examples that I've picked out of these applications or to the websites themselves. And there's probably a number of additional ones that I haven't even added yet that could be in there. These are some of the ones I'm going to be showing today in videos. Predominantly AI avatar and Figment XR and avatar recording are the ones that I really like because they're interactive, they're free, they run on the Meta platform. In some cases, Figment will run on the Tilt 5 tabletop system. It'll run in the Pico, it'll run in Vision Pro, and run in all these other cross platforms. It's my favorite authoring system by far for any kind of scene development or planning, including virtual personas, for showing people 3D scans of themselves and being able to walk around them in a full AR environment. And then the tilt glass, the looking glass display and the Tilt 5, these are some of the manifestations of tools that are available on that platform. And then we've had this rush to AI to create simulated people jumping and dancing and talking and smiling and lip-syncing to audio. Hedra, Lemon Slice, and a half a dozen other platforms have incorporated all new AI models to allow people to prompt with images and text and video to resurrect their loved ones or themselves or famous celebrities doing or saying things they should or shouldn't be doing or saying. And some of the products that are very important in this area are listed here. And then there's open source downloadable code. If you have a high-end PC, you can download these off of GitHub, and you can get them running. If you know about Python, you can figure out how to fine-tune them and get them running. A lot of them are pretty GPU intensive, so you need a good graphics card, and they take a little while, but they generate pretty cool output. You don't have to be on the internet, and you don't have to share it, and you don't have to worry about your material being screened for, you know, if you've got a child or somebody that you want to do something with that's a family member. They're not going to like blanket reject it because there's a child's face in there. And then human avatar geometry and motion creation tools are things that I'm really paying a lot of attention to right now, like Meshcapade and Meshy AI, where you can feed it photos and video and it will create 3D models for you and do a lot of that modeling in advance. And then you can import those into other platforms to view them or rig them up with bones and facial structures and animate them as well. It's a little bit more complicated. It's stuff that is the MetaHumans from Unreal is real sort of high-end, state-of-the-art of tools that people are using to do that. And so these are some of the, this is the master playlist of all the videos I'm going to play, and I'm going to sort of flip through these right now. And then here's a Wordle with some of the terminology that has been evolving in this particular area. And then this is the real gold in the slide deck. These are all videos of virtual immortality related work and projects all around the world that have been going on for at least a decade and into the present. And this all started in the early 90s with Personiform. This is from 1994, where I first came up with the concept of Personiform and being digitized and archiving your life and simulating it. And I'm not going to show that. And Richard Cray, my partner of 30 years, is here. He's a former Broadway performer, and he recently performed on a play as Don Quixote, and I digitized everybody in the principal cast, including him, and I used, you know, simple available tools anybody can access to like a Polycam, to create 3D scans of him, and then we digitized the sets as well to introduce theatrical set planning for the production company in Maui that was the, let's see, how do I get out of this? Responsible for that production. Okay, so here's some of the videos, and I'm going to go one by one.
Hello everyone, and welcome to AI and Immersive Avatars, Advances, Trends, and Live Demos. My name is Gregory Panos, and I'm with the Persona Foundation.
So I did that from a still image. I'll show you briefly.
So here's how I created my opening video. I'm using a program called Lemon Slice AI, formerly Infinity.ai. So basically you select an image. In this case, I picked this one, and I select an audio file. So I picked one of these, and here's how it says. Hello everyone, and welcome to AI and Immersive Avatars. Then I click Generate Video, and then the output is right here. I'll play it full screen. Hello everyone, and welcome to AI and Immersive Avatars, Advances, Trends, and Live Demos. My name is Gregory Panos, and I'm with the Persona Foundation. It's basically that simple.
So it gave me a gap tooth and a few other anomalies, but pretty quick to do, and it's that simple with a lot of the web interfaces and even some of the downloadable systems. So another system I'm very fond of.
So here is a demo of avatar recording, where you can record the motion and the sound of an avatar that gets inherited from your MetaQuest setup, or the avatar that you're set up as.
So this is very simple. It's a free app. It runs on the MetaQuest 3, and you can record yourself doing any kind of talking or singing performance.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to
And it's not very
AWE
loud.
2025. Today you're in for a treat. We're going to give some recorded demos of AI avatars and virtual reality tools that you can use to immortalize yourself in 3D. And this is the way that the technology is evolving, tool by tool, becoming simpler and easier to use, including some AI tools that take specific images and do lip sync audio with audio that you submit to the programs using various machine learning models. So eventually, these will turn into machine learning models that understand and generate 3D, and I'll show you one example of that as well. So enjoy.
So I was talking about sort of the future of this kind of virtual production, where you don't have to rig up or be sensed at all. You can give it sort of directed prompting and other kinds of little clues, and it'll do a pretty good job of doing things like this. This is the workstation, which is my
uncanny valley,
where I do a lot of my work.
Where avatars roam, their eyes are blinking, but nobody's home. They're so engaging and seemingly real, but deep down inside there, is there nothing they feel? Uncanny valley, a strange sight to behold. Virtual beings wander, their spirits unfold. They waltz with eerie grace, their eyes cold and still, in the realm of uncanny, where fear and wonder spill.
Right there, Richard Cray. Thank you, Richard. That was the Looking Glass display, so that's a three-dimensional display. I have it on a little monitor arm, so I can... All right, there's your... All right, and then this is another example of a virtual metaverse where there are autonomous AI chat avatars in there.
Hello there.
Specific artists.
Are you an artificial intelligence?
Yes, I am an AI simulation of Pablo Picasso created to interact with you. How may I assist you, Gregarious?
Tell me about your life and your artwork.
I was born in Malaga, Spain, and my artistic talent surfaced early, leading to my first exhibition at 11. Rejecting conventional norms, I moved to Paris, where my experiences ignited revolutionary periods like the Blue Period and masterpieces like Les Demoiselles d'Avignon. My journey was one of intense curiosity, innovation, and a relentless pursuit to redefine art.
Was that your main preoccupation?
Yes, my main preoccupation was pushing the boundaries of artistic expression. I sought innovation and discovery, exploring different styles and techniques to capture the essence of my perceptions and emotions.
So I'm inside a headset and in this metaverse. It's primarily a gaming metaverse, but I really like the virtual museum aspect of it. And it's all linked up with a specific database about each artist, and then their work is all around the room. And you can stand in front of any one of the pictures, and you can give it a audio prompt, and then it'll generate an image. And in this case, I have a little chat with Salvador Dali. And then I stood in front of the image, and then I gave it a prompt, and it created, in a short period of time, an example of my prompt that is in his style. So, and it's all pretty much trained on his life, and you can ask it all kinds of questions, and you could spend hours talking to Dali and getting all kinds of facts about his life, just like Picasso. And then the last one is Van Gogh, and it works very similarly. The characters aren't particularly well animated. There isn't a lot of articulation in the facial animation. But it is engaging, and to be immersed in there and to have this sort of one-on-one simpatico with the artist, especially if you're interested in art and asking questions. The database is fairly resolute about the artist. So it's using some kind of chat client with an LLM that's been customized about the artist. And then there's another one that runs on the Looking Glass. It's called Light Forms. And let's see if there's any audio with that. Let me turn.
That runs in 3 dimensions on the Looking Glass display. So I'm going to have a conversation. 2025 conference. What's that about?
The Augmented Worlds Expo 2025 is the playground where tech wizards and futurists gather to push the boundaries of virtual and augmented realities. Imagine diving into showcases of mind-blowing AR/VR enable without the cotton candy. The Looking Glass display is like the stage for modern-day holograms, isn't it? I'm honored to be part of your session, even if it's just in video form. Are you excited to see the audience's reaction?
Yeah, I hope they really love it. What do you have to say? Do you want to welcome everybody?
Absolutely. Greetings, visionaries. Welcome to the exciting frontier where technology meets human imagination. I'm Avatar, your charming digital companion, eager to embark on this journey with you. Let's explore, innovate, and redefine what's possible together. Prepare for a dazzling adventure into the future of human simulation. How's that for a warm welcome? Nudge.
Very good. And then here's another example of a platform that can be used to create a full-body avatar. It's using the hypervision system, which is basically like 3 little fans that have LEDs on all the legs of the fan that rotates very quickly. And through normal human persistence of vision, it will create the top, mid, and bottom of the character all synchronized through software. And then it's hooked up to an LLM, and he's talking to it, and it's answering as a computer-animated character. It could be displayed in 2D, it could be in a Looking Glass, but this is a really interesting example of stand-up, full-body one. It's encased in plastic or glass, because these fans do make noise, disturbing the air around them. And then...
so here's a quick demo of volumetric report
this is
recording.
A volumetric demo, very quick.
Augmented reality.
And playing pre-recorded volumetric performance.
Like a drug-free kid.
What I thought about this was really interesting is it's in my living room, right in this, and I could walk all around the performer. These performers were captured with 4D views, volumetric capture stage. It's an array of cameras that surround the performer, and they shoot at a very high frame rate, and they create a large chunk of data, which gets processed later and polygonized and turned into a volumetric video that's very specifically compressed and encoded for playback. But it's a very unwieldy format to work with, and studios that have access to this technology are the ones that have a lot of expertise in doing this. It's not like any day or every day people can work with this tech unless they have some connection or they want to fund a project. But the output is democratized, so you can run it on a headset and it just looks great. You can walk around the characters. And then this is another one which is kind of fun.
I'm going to give a demo of a volumetric video program called Voluverse.
And this is one of their sort of deep fake demos they did with Tom Cruise.
Come on, they can't be
It's
serious,
a simulated
right?
deep fake of Tom
CGI
Cruise.
is bullshit, and there's only one way to prove it, and that's a practical standoff in dancing. So I would say, DJ, hit the music.
So you could do dancing exercise with these. I mean, entertain the family. So here I'm walking around the living room. You get to see how my living room is just littered with technology. So this is kind of fun. And they have lots and lots of demos that are in their downloadable app. So come on, don't get swung on. It's the Nick Patty Wax, still riding Cadillacs, family up.
Very good. Thank you.
And then I want to show Figment really quick. That's the app I've been bragging about.
So here is a demo of the AR authoring system, Figment.
So I love this app. It's $30, and if you buy a MetaQuest or Pico or any of the other systems, and it runs on all these platforms, it's like either comes free with it, like with the Tilt 5, or it's about $30, and it's the best $30 you'll ever spend, other than the $300 or $400 for your headset, because you can import models, you can import them from a server that you run on your local system without even going on the internet. You can pull in all kinds of models from Sketchfab. There's thousands and thousands of them that have been, opened up for people to download. You can scale them, put them in place. These ones aren't particularly animated, but the animated avatar that I showed earlier of the performance, that avatar can be also imported into Figment as well. Getting close, right? Okay. And then one last thing is just sort of quickly stepping through Figment, showing how downloading models. Here's I put a little city model on the tabletop. I have people dancing on the couch. I have graffiti on the walls that will stay in place. This took me 5 minutes to create. The models, weren't mine. They were just all in public domain, or at least privately being shared. And I do a lot of 3D scanning of places. So this is a 3D scan of a vintage movie projection booth, which is basically part of my porch. And then that's how wonderful it is, and easy to do Figment. And then into the Scaniverse, that's being shown a lot here. This uses Gaussian splatting, and it's a world interface, and you click on the various places on the world where people have deposited the 3D Gaussian splats. You can walk around them and explore them. And then I'm going to leave some AR animations. I'm just going to leave this up while everyone is getting ready to get out of here, because there's another talk coming in. And the one quote that I wanted to make here is "Sic transit gloria mundi," which is a Latin term that basically says to enjoy the glory of the now and the present, because everything will fade into obscurity. So that's my philosophy of virtual immortality, is digitize, create the assets while you're alive. These are all done from photographs. Richard's mother is no longer with us. These are some of his relatives. I gave it a single photograph and simple prompts, and I did this all locally on my machine. I wanted to take a picture of the audience and then run it and have everybody jumping up and celebrating. But these are just some of my works that I've been doing in the AI animation area. So that's the normal me, right? And then this was taken by a friend of mine, Julia Lowe, here at AWE last year. So I gave a little bit of namaste, and so namaste. Thank you for coming.